Well, hello and welcome to.
We're recording.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I went out to get a beer. You didn't say you press record.
Oh, sorry. I pressed record. Sorry. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
That's obviously staying in.
It's like the end of term, isn't it? Everyone's a bit stir crazy.
Yeah. Has everyone bought a game in to play?
I got Kaplunk.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the Photography Pubcast. This is season 5, episode 15. This is, as you can probably tell, the last one of the season. We'd love it if everyone was here, but unfortunately Adam can't make it. But there's 6 of us, so we'll just have to make do with 6 of us. And then that's it. We're taking a break over the summer because you get bored with us, and I mean, God knows we get bored with each other, don't we?
Yeah. I've noticed that, normally when we don't put anything out and we don't tell anybody we're not putting anything out, you get loads of messages and say, well, what's going on? I haven't noticed that lately. So I think people have got bored with us already, to be fair.
Sick of us,
Yeah. No, I've suppressed everybody. I've basically said, please, no one make any comments at all because I'm sick and tired of editing. So fortunately, we're all good.
Well, we always finish about this time, don't we? Now we're kind of moving into spring, and
we do.
The nights are getting longer and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's something nice to do during the winter, isn't it? In the autumn, we all look forward to it.
Yeah, and we were talking about it, weren't we? Literally before we started. If we did this all year round, we'd get so bored with it. I think you run out of things to say, don't you? And it's bad enough putting up with you guys for 6 months of the year, let alone 12. Jesus, it's been an absolute nightmare. So anyway, how are we all? We good?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Anything to report in the last sort of 2 weeks since we've been on? Anyone done anything exciting or not so?
I've been watering me mud quite a lot. Yeah, we ripped the garden up last week, and so we're back to soil now. I hired. Has anyone heard of us like a scarifier? We hired a scarifier and an aerator because our garden was just full of moss. So I took out.
Use them on golf greens.
Yeah, well, I took out 6-ton bags of moss.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to fire your gardener, mate?
Yes.
I know, it's shocking. It's shocking. So yeah.
I look after our cricket square. We use a thing. We got a scarifier, which we do at the end of season, but we've got this thing called a verticutter, right?
Right.
Another golf green thing.
And that cuts. So it cuts vertically as opposed to horizontally. So it doesn't cut the grass. It cuts all the thatch basically out.
Right. Okay.
And the grass can be that high, and you run the verticutter across it, and I'm taking out probably 10 boxes of crap.
Yeah.
And it looks no different. It's amazing how much crap there is in your grass. I would say lawn. Ours is not a lawn, but how much crap there is in your grass that you don't even see. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tune in next week for another episode of Gardening Weekly.
Gardener's World. Yeah.
So what are you doing then, Daz? What's the plan?
Nothing. It's just it was long overdue, mate. I've neglected it for a long time, and in the end there was more moss than there was grass. So we just thought, right, now's the time. So I kind of had Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Helen had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And we just got stuck into the garden. So, kind of put some lawn dressing down, reseeded it all. So, so hopefully now it'll start to come through. And then, I'm not convinced this is going to be it. I think we'll just have to wait to see what comes through and then keep the process going for another kind of 12 months. And then hopefully by this time next year, we'll have a half decent lawn again, like we used to.
I take it you've got a strong watering regime.
Yeah.
Because there's no rain, is there?
No.
There's nothing.
No. So I'm out there at 5 o'clock in the morning, me and the cat, watering the grass.
Yeah.
And then I'm out there again at about 7 o'clock at night, watering the grass.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put seed on our cricket square. We've had no rain and we've got no water up there. So it's like just a total waste of time.
Yeah.
I used to have a little garden when I lived in Buckinghamshire, and my lawn was my pride and joy. It was like a billiard table, And then one day I came home from work and there were these flower pots dotted around on it upside down. I thought, what the hell are they doing there? So I lifted one up. We'd only just got a Labrador puppy and there was bloody holes. It was like a golf course.
Oh.
And she thought, I'll just put a flower pot over it. He won't notice.
No one will tell.
And
no one will tell, Dave.
That was about 2003, and that was the last time I did any gardening of any note. Yeah. I did put a new roof on the veranda because Storm Dara blew the last one off.
Saw that, Dave? Saw that update?
But that's that I do have a bloke to come and mow. That's it, and it's rough. He it's all higgledy-piggledy. So he's got an industrial lawnmower and he just whizzes over it for half an hour and charges me the earth.
You should just open the back gate, let the cows in, let them do it for you.
Oh, we've had that loads of times. Cows, sheep, you name it. They just trample everything. I mean, we had 2 cows in the pigsty and they couldn't get out because they couldn't turn around. They got in. Oh, what a hoo-ha that was.
Good job the pigsty wasn't upstairs. You'd have been in massive trouble.
Yeah.
But apparently cows can climb stairs, but they can't get back down.
No,
oh, really?
Right,
yeah, apparently, okay. Yeah. Something to do with the knees, I think. Yeah. Your van's finished as well, isn't it, Dave? Did I see?
It is. It's all done. I fitted the last bit of kitchen shelving earlier this week. Well, I say it's not shelving. It's just a little metal unit thing with a kitchen roll holder underneath it. But everybody has a kitchen roll holder, and I just thought, oh, that's the one thing I'm missing. So I got that, and that's me all done. Took it up to see my mum last weekend. It's the longest run I've done in it. It's so relaxing. You just put the cruise control on. You've got a bloody arm thing. I just sit there and waft along in the slow lane. No bother at all. So I'm looking forward to some longer trips.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And your first longer trip, I believe, is going to be totally wasted by going up to some crappy place in Scotland. Is that right?
Yeah. I actually am really, really looking forward to it. It's a good time of year to go. Get to hang out with Sam and Hannah, and really looking forward to that because I'm going to meander up, all the hot spots, kind of like where we went before, and some of the other spots around there. Maybe bob onto Skye for a bit. So looking forward to that.
Lovely. When'd you go, Dave?
For you.
First weekend of May.
Nice.
Nice. Just in time for the midgies, right?
Well, hopefully I'll be away before they get their act together.
Yeah.
It's normally about mid-May they kick in.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Stu? How you doing, mate? After your workshops, are you worn out?
I was when I got back. Yeah, I was absolutely bloody goosed when I got back. Not so bad now though. Had a few days off. Not as long as I would have liked to, be honest. But just the kind of nature of having this new shop now. I need to have it open as much as possible, and the weather that we're having at the minute tends to bring the crowds out. So any plans to have a decent break kind of got shelved a little bit. But I had a few days off. Not really got much photography done as is pretty standard for me these days at the minute with running that business. But I was at the Merseyside derby on Wednesday night. That was good, beating the Blue Shite 1-0. That was nice. What else? Just boring stuff that goes with doing photography full time. Not actually doing any photography, but all the other crap that goes with it, basically. So
Okay. Jamie, what about you? What have you been up to?
Not a great deal. I did manage to get a morning photography in, which makes a change.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, it was quite nice. I was well shocked that I rocked up there and there was this, beautiful conditions of the fog and the mist. There was no photographers whatsoever around. In fact, there was nobody around, not even any dog walkers, which was a shock. So I had the whole place to myself. But it was lovely, really nice, because we got some light as well. It was like sort of low cloudish fog that soon lifted, and then the light came in, and it was lovely. So
and you found a shot. You found a shot that you'd never seen before.
I had, yeah. Well, I found a tree that I'd never photographed before, more precisely. Yeah. Which, you know, it's a big place, so there's lots of trees that I'm sure I've never shot before. But that's the whole beauty, isn't it, of exploring places and getting to know them. You're coming across new compositions all the time. So it was good. Really enjoyed it. I even did a little Instagram live, which I think you joined for, Sam, did you, for a short period of time?
I did.
What time was that?
Instagram live.
It was about 7:10. Yeah, I had all of 5 people watching, so it was crowded. So I just thought,
7:10 in the morning, Jamie.
You
That's
youngin'.
why.
Yeah.
What's next for you then? Are you going to be on the tiki-talkies?
Tiki-talkie.
He's going to do a little dance like that, like on TikTok, yeah? Do that live in the fen.
In the middle of the
I'll be honest with you, I think Courtney's got that copyrighted, so you can't do that, I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I think she had. But no, it was good. It's good to get out. Good to get a few little nice shots in the bag, because it's probably the last time, well, apart from next week when we go and shoot birds, that's probably the last time I'll shoot trees until we get a bit of spring colour coming through. So
yeah, they were good. They were good shots.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Excellent. Sam, what about you? What have you been up to?
Yeah, actually, I put a video out, which was
you did.
A change
you
for me.
did. Yeah.
My yearly video has gone out on YouTube, so that's that was good, and that was good. So that was a hike up, actually a mountain up behind the house here, and really nice day out, because I realised, actually, I hadn't sort of consciously realised, but I realised that last year I hadn't actually climbed up any mountains, because I was doing lots of long distance circular walks in preparation for our hike. So I was sort of walking round mountains but not going up them. So I decided this year I'm going to try and go up some more. So I decided to start to hopefully go on, and it'll probably be the only mountain and the only video that I end up doing all year, knowing how I normally progress with my plans. But it was really good, really nice hike. Actually, it was a bit cloudy right up on the top, but got some good shots and made a video. So
yeah, and you did from hike to print, didn't you? That was your video, like from the whole process. Yeah, I'm going to steal that, because I went out this morning.
I stole it off Alex Nail, so that's.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to steal it off of you, and I'm going to call it From Trip to Bin. That's what mine's going to be. So, yeah, that's my plan. So, I went out this morning. Got ridiculously early, because I picked my daughter up and her boyfriend up from university in Winchester. So I went to the New Forest, right? And I got a question.
Sorry, what's ridiculously early?
4:45.
It's late for Daz. It's a lay in.
That's so early, man.
Pretty standard for you, does that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, but you go to bed at like 4. Like, this for you is like, this is like
to be fair, Gaz, I witnessed it on the workshop, and he wasn't going to bed particularly early. He just gets up like at stupid o'clock.
Why?
I get up. I get up in the 4s every day.
I think I was freaking a lot of the people out, because they'd get up in the middle of the night for a piss or a glass of water, and I'd be like,
and he's there.
"Oh yeah, you're all right." Jesus Christ! You're sitting in the dark.
In the toilet, were you? You're in the toilet.
I was in
behind the shower curtain. Right. Yeah. Hello.
Been up for an hour and a half.
Somebody talk to me.
Oh, I'm so hard. I get up before I go to bed. I got up at 4:45 this morning, and I drove to the New Forest. I went to somewhere. So this is the question I want to ask you. Why do I bother with photography? No, it wasn't that question. It was, right, I went to somewhere called Milliford Bridge Enclosure, right? Okay. But it was spelt with an I. Enclosure, not enclosure. Because I've heard of an enclosure, but I've never heard of an enclosure. Does anyone know the difference between an enclosure and an enclosure?
No. Are you going? I hope there's a point to this story.
No, there's no point. I'm just asking you the question. I just looked at it and went, I couldn't be bothered to Google it. I mean, it was too lazy to do that. But I'm just like, why is it called an enclosure?
Well, maybe it was an illiterate sign writer.
Yeah, true. I mean, they are down south. They're a bit weird down south, aren't they, as well? Down that far down south. I mean, they're almost French. So it should be like on. So I'm surprised they didn't call it like an enclosure. But yeah.
Maybe that's how it's pronounced.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I did that this morning.
What,
and obviously I've had
an enclosure or just walking around an enclosure?
Oh no, I was photographing. Yeah, I did a video. Yes. Okay. So yeah, no, I did. I tell you what, the New Forest is hard. It's hard to photograph. It's an odd place. It's not like other woodlands. I mean, there probably are bits of it that are really photogenic, but like that place was sort of everywhere I've been so far has been tricky, challenging, shall we say? Yeah, but I took some photos and I made a video. But yeah, I'm just tired, and I've had a bit of a glow up of the
noticed on your video this week. Yeah, with the little blue lights behind you.
Yeah, I know. I found that. Do you know what? I'd lost that for ages. That light. Influencer. Yeah, well, check me out now. No, I'd lost that for ages. I tell you what though, right? You see the door's supposed to be white, right? Beth said you can paint everything else but leave the door white, right? So I painted everything else and I looked at the white door and I went, it just doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. 2.5 weeks that's been painted. She hasn't noticed. She hasn't even noticed, because she opens the door, looks in and goes, oh, that looks nice, but she can't see it because it's the other side. So don't tell her. No one tell her. But yeah, so yeah, I thought it was about time, because it did look, my room did look a bit sterile, didn't it? So I thought, yeah, let's do something different. Anyway, that's it.
Looks like a tip at the moment.
No, yours look sort of shabby chic.
Honestly, mate, there is so much crap everywhere. It was worse, and I just threw everything over there a minute ago. There's still a load of crap on here. I'll just quickly move.
It's still got that gentleman's club vibe, though.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're expecting like a waitress to come in like half naked in a minute and hand him a Foster's.
Could happen.
Zero. Have a Foster's Zero. Anyway, what we're going to talk about this week, we've got some topics, haven't we? Because this is the last one. So let's talk about. Let's start off by talking about what we're going to do in the summer. So what are your summer plans? It doesn't have to be photography. It can be anything. What have you got planned before? Because I assume we're going to come back, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we will come back, won't we? In the autumn,
Yeah. Yep, I will.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So, what are your plans over the summer? Have you got anything exciting lined up? Let's start with. I'm going to start with Dave. Have you got anything exciting lined up over the summer?
I'm going to stand on a west-facing beach with my hair blowing in the breeze. No, I have got quite a long list of places that I want to visit. Quite a few of which I've done before because they're local to me. But because it's been so crowded ever since the pandemic, a lot of places are just not very pleasant to go to. But with the van, I can pitch up at 10 o'clock at night, park easily, kip till sort of 3 a.m, and head off and have a sunrise to myself on a ridge, and then be, home for breakfast. So there'll be a lot of that. So there'll be a lot of revisiting places that I used to go to regularly before all the Instagram Muppets discovered the area.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of, up the Ogwen Valley. I haven't been to the Ogwen Valley for 3 years, 4 years, maybe.
Wow.
Apart from properly out of season.
Yeah.
But some of those ridges are lovely, especially late spring. Where the sun comes up and you can just get a nice angle on some pinnacles and, Castle of the Winds and that sort of thing. So pitching up by the lake at 10 o'clock at night and getting 3 or 4 hours kip in the van and then heading off up, it should work quite well.
Nice.
Keep me out of the worst of the crowds.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I'll be firing up the video channel again when I start doing that.
Yeah, because you haven't put that many out recently, have you?
I haven't put any out for 6-8 months, something like that now.
No, you must have had. Have you not?
No. No,
Really?
I think the last one was October, maybe September, October.
Wow, blimey!
It's kind of when Jan got poorly.
Yeah.
Initially, it was I just didn't feel like it, and then I kind of could have, but I haven't. I just haven't had the time to go out because I've been looking after her. So
Yeah. Of course.
last weekend going up for Mother's Day was kind of my first full day out since Jan was diagnosed, really.
Yeah, okay.
I hope this year's a better year, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, you know, she's got a long road to recovery, but hopefully we're over the worst of it. And
but
you know,
she's on that road, isn't she? So that's
yeah.
So that's the good thing. That's the good thing, definitely. Okay. What about you, Daz? What have you got planned for summer? Oh, by the way, before we go any further, Daz, I've got a request for you. It's not really a request. It's someone who a what?
Is it the Bee Gees?
Oh, okay. Not
staying
doing that.
Staying alive.
Yeah, no. It was
what you're hoping to do.
Yeah. No. I was out the other day with Daniel Bennett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's desperate to meet you.
Is he?
Yeah, the rest of you, I mean, he's met Dave, but the rest of you's not so fussed over.
Oh,
but
he's a lovely guy, Dan.
He's like, I really want to meet Daz. He's like, I can imagine he seems so funny. I was like, you don't.
No.
Yeah, I was like, you don't know him.
Funny, weird. Yeah.
Funny, yeah.
Oh,
no, he really wants to meet you. So
yeah.
I said,
well, we'll meet up then. Yeah, he's a lovely guy, Dan. I've got a lot of time for Dan.
Yeah, he's a lovely bloke. Yeah,
nice guy.
I had a really nice time in London with him actually. He's so genuine.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, sorry, carry on. So what are your plans for the summer?
Well, I'm off to the lakes in about 6 or 7 weeks' time, so I'm up there for a fortnight. But my photography plans, now this is not going to be religiously every week. Oh, bless you. Thank you, darling.
Right.
Got peanuts.
Oh, nice.
That's a big bag.
Yeah, this certainly won't be every week, but I went out the other day to shoot a little bit of astro. Not actually really gathering photos, but kind of just looking in my local area, because when I used to shoot from my back
Hang on
garden,
a minute. I've worked this out. He's renovating. He's going to put the observatory back in.
No, I'm certainly not.
That's what he's doing, isn't it?
I can't, mate. It's a vegetable patch now.
Yeah, but you've just dug up all your garden. It's all mud.
No, I can't,
foundations
mate.
in.
No, I can't.
Bigger, better observatory.
It's been turned into a big vegetable patch now. The observatory decking. So, no. So when I used to shoot like the deep sky astro from the back garden, I always used to shoot with narrowband filters to cut through all the light pollution. I never used to shoot with kind of LRGB. I used to reserve that kind of stuff.
Obviously, why would you?
What's the L?
Luminance. So it's
luminance, Jamie. Luminance. Come on.
So Jesus. I never used to shoot with that. So I used to shoot with narrowband when I was in the back garden.
Yeah, cuts out the shit, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So it cuts out. So you get all the hydrogen alpha, the oxygen 3, the sulfur 2.
No one wants the hydrogen
nebulas,
alpha.
So I thought to myself, you know what? I've been kind of shooting for the back garden for years, but I've never really shot round here to know how good my skies are. You know, with light pollution, with my camera.
Yeah.
So I just took myself
because you'd spent too much time using a narrowband.
Pretty much, yeah. So I took myself off the other day, and the skies are not great, but it was. Do you know what? It was really a lot of fun being out, kind of in the fens, you know, middle of the night, kind of just setting up, looking for the Milky Way, because the Milky Way core is up now, and I thought actually where we live, it's so flat that I doubt very much if you'd see the Milky Way core in the Lake District or Snowdonia, because it wouldn't get above the mountains or Scotland. But where we live, you know, I think it's about 6 degrees at the moment, the core above the horizon. So I'm thinking, well, if I can find some nice subject matters, you know, kind of
windmill,
a windmill or a you know, kind of a bale, something like that, and I might, you know, kind of take myself off and tractor, everything, you know,
doggers.
So it's so I just need to find like a really nice dark sky area, which is quite difficult to do these days, isn't it? But
Yeah.
But I've heard the Great Fen. I looked on, I think, what's it called? I think it's called Dark Sky Map Info or something, or Light Pollution Info, and the Great Fen. That was not bad actually. So I might start exploring the Great Fen.
Closer to Woodwalton rather than Holm, probably, because that's where it's more remote.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Right.
Serious question about that. Would it be less likely to get dark skies in the fens because everything's so flat?
What?
Well, okay, so because if you think about it, right, if you're in a mountainous region, yeah, then the sky is, you've got the mountains sort of blocking light pollution around, haven't you? But if you're in a flat area, it's flat for miles. So it might, am I talking out my arse? Yeah. Okay.
The mountains don't cast a shadow over the sky.
There, let's put you in your place, isn't
it? unless you're Peter Lick.
Yeah, that's true.
Bounce behind the moon. Yeah, okay, all right. Ignore that. Just carry on. Sorry, I was trying to say something profound, and it turned out to be pathetic. So
yeah. So I'm not saying that's my plans for the summer, but I'm certainly going to give that a go. Actually.
Okay.
The only thing, sorry, I'm struggling with, I don't know if anyone else does astro, because I've never really done it properly with my camera.
Clearly not.
But I don't know. I think even with the A7R3, which is 42 megapixels, I think there's too many pixels. So I think 24.
Can you have too many megapixels?
Yeah. Have you heard of the rule of 500?
Yeah.
You know, ain't you, Stu?
Yeah. 500 rule.
Yeah. The 500 rule. Yeah.
So you basically you get whatever your focal length is.
Yes.
Okay.
You divide it by 500,
and then that will give you how many seconds you can shoot without getting star trails.
Yes.
But right. I'm still getting star trails in the corner.
Because of the megapixels
of my photos. The rule of 500 doesn't work with high megapixel cameras. So you have to reduce it even less.
Right.
So so the center's sharp, but around the edges, I'm getting like little grains of rice rather than pin sharp stars.
But if you've got that many megapixels, you could crop it.
Yeah.
Well, so you'd avoid those ones around the edges.
Well, you wouldn't really even. It doesn't even matter with the megapixels, does it? I mean, you could crop anything really. But I mean, I'm shooting with the 16 to 35 at the moment, f2.8, and I'm just wondering if I stepped it down 3.5 or something, that might kind of help a little bit with the image quality. I don't know. This is trial and error for me because I never shot like nightscape photography before. It's always been through a telescope, so I never had that problem.
That's interesting.
But yeah.
So if there's anyone out there who knows about that, then contact us. Get in touch with him. Let him know.
Well, I think that was the selling point of like the Canon RP and things, isn't it? They have the Astro version, which are lower megapixel, larger pixels on the sensor, so it's more light sensitive. So.
Yeah.
I know absolutely nothing about astrophotography, so this is all a learning.
Fascinating, isn't it? I'm the same, Gary.
Every day's a school day, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, well, I think you see Alan Wallace, he always used to shoot with the A7 III, which was 24 megapixels, and then he went up to the A7 IV, which was 33. And there's a few other astrophotographers that I watch, and they're all shooting roughly with 24 megapixels. None of them
I've got a few decent astro shots on the Micro Four Thirds.
Did you?
Yeah. And funnily enough, actually, when you're up in the hills on a ridge, with a line of sight, you do get a good view of the Milky Way if you're pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I must admit, I was surprised because I figured it would just be a load of noise with it being Micro Four Thirds. But the shots that I have done, proper astro shots, I've been quite pleased with.
Yeah, I thought it was something a bit different.
Never ever tried it. Never even considered it.
Well, no, you don't get up until about 11 every day.
That's not true. I get up early. I'm getting up earlier actually lately. I'm getting up
to shoot a Milky Bar. And that's about it.
They need a fast shutter speed with a Milky Bar
Mars.
and me. Yeah. You'd need an extremely fast shutter speed before it's gone. Stu, what about you? What's your plans for the summer? I mean, these don't have to be photography plans, because I haven't got any photography plans. Mine are totally not. But, if you want to talk photography, that's fine. I mean, what are your plans?
Photography-wise, I mean, as you're all aware, probably similar to Dave last year with my missus, was photography-wise from sort of June was a bit of a write-off. So I'm looking forward actually to getting out a lot more through the summer and doing a lot more hiking. And I think I need to really figure out if I'm actually going to make a decent go of doing stuff on YouTube, because I've kind of half-assed it, to be honest, so far, and I need to really figure out if I'm just going to continue half-assing it or actually commit to doing more videos and stuff. So I think I'm going to try and knuckle down with YouTube a bit more and be a bit more consistent with it, I think.
I'll be honest with you, Stu, with your monotone voice.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
what was that then? Was that a negative comment on your videos, Joe?
Yeah, apparently my delivery was too monotone, and basically I'm not engaging enough and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
So you were fully asked on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, and I need to really have a proper go at putting more consistent stuff out. I mean, there's reasons why, obviously, especially the last year with how things have been at home with the missus, but no, I really need to knuckle down with it a bit more. So I'm going to try and do that. And then away from photography, I'm seriously back into golf. So my summer will be sort of juggled between getting up on the fells and playing a lot of golf. So, yeah, lots of golf.
I keep thinking about golf myself, because there's so many people close to me that are playing golf. Like my son-in-law plays golf. Like, they're out. They're out. I mean, they was out tonight. They're both out again tomorrow. I'm always getting asked. The people that I'm working with at work at the moment, they're all into golf. They're all saying to me, "Oh, it's just finding the time. That's all." There's always, I think you've got to commit to it.
Yeah, it's the only downside to it is that you can't just kind of nip out for an hour and a half and have a game of golf. It's a 3-4 hour commitment to have a round of golf with your mates and whatever, and you do need to sort of commit a bit of time to it. But I mean, like a lot of things with off the back of YouTube, I guess. I mean, golf's currently going through a real boom in terms of popularity, and it's I don't know if it'll ever be a cool sport to play, but it's certainly with rise of YouTube popularity with golf that I see a lot more younger lads, not so much kids. There's always kids playing golf, from sort of early teens and stuff, but you see a lot more lads in there. If you go up the driving range up near us, for example, you see a lot more lads in their early 20s playing golf now than you ever used to be.
Yeah.
You tended to get a lot of youngsters playing, and then people would realize, I'm too cool for this or whatever, I'm not playing it. And then they come back to it years later when they're in their 40s or whatever. But yeah, you go up to driving range now and it's, there's younger lads everywhere playing it. So
it's TikTok, isn't it? It's TikTok and YouTube
it's a lot of that,
and things. Yeah. There's those, what they call the Four Brothers or something. Have you seen them on
yeah, I've seen them.
They're all over it, man. They're all over it. And golf mates and
the other thing that's, I mean, getting away from photography, but
that's okay.
A lot of the driving ranges now there's these Top Golf driving ranges and Top Tracer driving ranges where you don't have to be a serious golfer. You can go there, hire the clubs, and you've got it's all there's a computer monitor there and there's interactive games and you can see the ball tracer of the flight when you've hit it and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot more scope for someone to just, even if they don't want to commit to playing a 3-4 round 4-hour round of golf, they can go to the driving range and have a relatively fun experience doing that. So it's
without all that tedious exercise.
Just cut all that shit out.
Cut all that out.
Those of you that obviously know me, so when I was playing golf, I used to start playing in the dark. We used to start teeing off in the dark. The first 3 holes you could only see. We used to start at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we get on. You
have a lay-in, did you?
We get on the first tee, and whoever wasn't driving, the other 2 of us would try and watch the ball, so we knew exactly roughly where that ball went. And after about hole 3, the sun used to start getting up. It was great because we was done by 8 o'clock.
Yeah. We used to do that, genuinely. I used to go and play golf first light, but our golf club stopped it because what we used to go on and then pay when we'd finished.
Yeah,
and they stopped it. They said, no, you need to book tee times and play. But I can't play golf at the moment. Of course, I've got a terrible golfing injury at the moment.
I saw that on your video.
Yeah.
Hardcore VR golf or something.
I'll tell you what, right?
VR golf.
VR golf.
The thing, trust me, it's great, right? But the problem you got, right, is you've got no weight. So with a golf club, you've got the weight of the club. But when you don't, you try swinging hard without a golf club, I've hurt my shoulder. Properly done my shoulder. Honestly, because I play every day. I play VR golf.
Every day.
No, seriously, I'm like 500th in the world. I am.
I've got to say, you are the strangest mate.
Oh God,
do you know that?
Why don't you just go to the driving range?
Well, because it's easier playing VR golf, isn't it?
It's not the same thing, though.
No, it's not the same thing.
Is it in your living room or down the cricket club?
Sorry?
Where is this? In your living room or down the cricket club?
In my living room. Or in my kitchen. I just play in my kitchen. I play every day. I play a round of golf, VR golf, like, all the top courses, Pebble Beach,
Is this with your Oculus thing?
Yeah.
So why don't you just get a cheap old second-hand golf club to swing that? So you have.
Well, you can get the attachments, but I don't have enough room in my kitchen. I'd end up hitting the fridge.
Oh, so no going outside for a spot of fresh air or something. Then.
Well, yes, I could go outside, but imagine that.
In your garden?
Imagine me standing in the garden swinging, and the people would look at me. And the other thing I do is I play cricket. I play cricket on it as well, but I can't do anything at the moment because I've injured my shoulder, like properly hurt my shoulder.
So in cricket, like, do you take singles by running up and down your living room?
Quick single.
Listen.
Shoulder playing an imaginary sport. Yeah. That's your sporting injury.
Yes. Yeah.
Serious athlete.
You must look like Mad Lizzie.
I tell you what, you want to watch me at VR sprinting, mate.
Mate, please video that. Please video that.
Boxing as well. Do a bit of boxing.
Yeah,
bit of VR boxing.
Will you do that? Will you record for us?
I tell you what, when my genuinely, when my shoulder's better, because I have really hurt it. When my shoulder's better, I will record.
Can you just do a little 3 or 4 minute montage of all the sports you play?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do.
To like a Rocky soundtrack.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me you play visual darts, virtual darts.
You can. I play virtual pool. Virtual pool's good. What? Seriously? What's that with you people? Yeah, no. I play virtual pool. I can play that. I've got boxing. I've got golf. I've got cricket. You can play darts as well. 10-pin bowling if you want to. Yeah.
10-pin bowling. You put like the glove on.
Yeah. I got. Seriously, Stu, I'm not joking, right? I'm not joking. When I've got my polo shirt on and I'm all togged up when I go and play golf. Yeah, totally.
I like the clown shoes that you hire.
Yeah. Like when I play cricket, I wear my whites.
Is there a dress code? Is there a dress code in virtual golf where you have to wear trousers and spikes?
Yeah, they won't let me in otherwise. They won't let me in. Yeah, no, obviously I don't do that. But no, I've genuinely hurt my shoulder. Anyway, where were we? Who's next on the summer plans?
Might be me. Are we still going?
Sam.
Yeah, Sam, go on.
No, just quickly go and get a beer before Sam start?
Oh yeah, you just clear off. Yeah,
Sorry,
go for it. Don't worry about us.
Sorry,
I mean, we're halfway through a topic.
What
Let's just
happened
go
to
and
your
get a beer.
scantily clad maid?
Yeah. Sam, what about you?
Yeah. Well, I think I mentioned last time we were on that I tend to turn off photography a little bit over the summer, and I will probably be doing the same this summer. But I'm hoping to do more hiking. So I did quite a lot of hiking last year, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm hoping to climb a few more mountains this year. So touch wood, weather permitting, I'll be up a few more hills. And also, what I'd really like to try and do this year is do a camp up in the mountains, because I haven't done that for a long time, and I want to get out with a tent and the bag and go and spend a night up on a hill somewhere. So hopefully doing that. And then actually I am going to Harris in a couple of weeks' time, which I'm really looking forward to. So that is a designated photography trip. Not necessarily the best time of year for Harris, but then it's always nice to be out there anyway. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, really looking forward to spending a couple of nights out there with Hannah as well. Yeah, that's me. That's my summer.
Have you got a specific mountain that you really want to do?
Do you mean for camping on or for climbing?
Either.
There's quite a few around here which I've not climbed yet. I've climbed most of them, but there's a few of the slightly more obscure ones which I've not been up. So I think I'll probably try and get up a couple of those. There's one which I've walked around about 5 times because it was on my training walk for last year. And so I'd always sort of walk round it, and it wasn't too much further just to go up it. So I think that's next on my list. And actually, where my house is, if you go north, you go to Torridon and you get all the big sort of famous hills of Torridon, which I've been up most of those. If you go south, there's this whole area of wilderness which stretches for miles, basically goes all the way down to Glen Affric. And it's much more remote and quieter because it's not so well known, and there's a big area around there. I'd like to try and get in there at some point, because I've not explored that way yet.
Excellent. Sounds like a fun packed summer. What about you, Jamie? What have you got planned?
Photography wise, nothing specific. To be fair, my photography over the summer is pretty spontaneous, depending on what the weather's like or what the conditions are like or what I'm like. Really, I'll decide to go out or not. But yeah, I've got a couple of nice holidays to look forward to. So we're going to Mauritius in 5 weeks' time, me and Leslie. I've never ever been anywhere like that before, so we're looking. It's our 30th wedding anniversary, so we didn't do a 25th because of everything that we've talked about before.
Where are you staying?
In a hotel.
No, where? I'm interested because I've been to Mauritius.
Okay, we're staying right at the very north, right at the tip of the island on the north. It's a boutique hotel for adults only, and so we're staying up there. Very nice it is. Looking forward to that.
What kind of holiday is it?
Oh yeah. Can't tell you.
Are we still talking about swinging?
Not on a public channel anyway.
I was going to say.
What's the difference between a boutique hotel and a hotel? Is it price? One. Is it just price?
I think it's the size. I think they limit the number of rooms and therefore they offer a more, I guess, personalised service than a big hotel would do. There we go. Right. I can see the smile coming on Stu's face there. Is a personalised service, adults only. Yeah, where's this going?
I'm saying no.
Yeah. But no, we've never been there. It's 11. I think it's a 12-hour flight roughly, albeit. So I've never ever done anything like that before. So God knows what I'm going to do for 12 hours on a flight because I can't sleep on. No, I don't sleep on planes. I really struggle to, but I'm going to have to.
I'm like that.
Yeah, I've got one. Leslie bought for me for Christmas one of these sort of neck pillow things that allows you to put your head at any angle and you've always got some support there. It sort of molds around your head and your neck. So I'm hoping that might allow me to sleep. So,
well, on the plus side though, bear in mind you're kind of heading due south, so you don't have jet lag to worry about.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really interesting place, so I think you'll quite enjoy it. And it is definitely worth, if you've got a small camera, taking something with you.
Yeah, no, it would be nice to, definitely. I haven't got a small camera really, only my phone, but and I don't really want to lug the big one out there, to be fair, because it's because we'll be doing some traveling. We won't be stuck in the hotel. We'll be visiting the island and going around different places. So it'd be good to get a view of some of the different coastlines. There's all sorts over there. Apparently, well, you probably know if you've been, waterfalls and beaches and coves. So yeah, that will be really looking forward to. Be nearly there for, well, I think we're 10 nights. So it's a nice long trip. So yeah, that's
little
good.
Little tip for you: if it's a 12-hour flight, you can listen to around 8 or 9 episodes of the Pubcast.
Do you know what? I don't think I'll bother, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll bother.
If you want to help sleep, if you can't sleep on a flight, that will help you definitely. So, all right, okay. Where you said a couple? Where else are you going?
Well, then we're going back to where we normally go in September, to Turkey. So we have a couple of holidays, and that's mainly because, as you guys know, I'm coming up to close to retirement, and while I've got a wage coming in, we're spending our money this year and going on a couple of nice holidays.
So new teeth, hair, that sort of thing.
yeah, in Turkey, yeah,
Turkey teeth.
Yeah, it's cheaper out there. Yeah,
Come back looking like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
or Rylan.
Rylan Overland. Oh dear.
Yeah, so no, that's I guess the highlight of the summer for me is a couple of holidays. But yeah, apart from that, nothing else planned, to be fair. It's going to be busy at work, I think, over the summer.
Well, I've got photography wise, I've got nothing planned. I'll probably do a bit of street, maybe carry on with my A to Z. We got a couple. It's not really a summer, but we got our trip next week. I've got a Kingfisher hide I'm going to later on this month. But I've got an amazing summer lined up, because I've got 4 weeks in July and August, and every single week I'm at a gig. So the first week, which is like the first week in July, or about the 12th of July, so it's a little bit more. I've got Supergrass at Bedford, right? Next week I've got Ocean Colour Scene at Hitchin. Then I've got Oasis, and then the week after that I've got Manic Street Preachers and Ash and the Charlatans. So I'm just reliving my 90s. I
was going to say, you're not letting the 90s go, are you?
No, I'm not. I love it. So yeah, so that's my summer. That's my summer lined up. A bit of cricket. Yeah. So photography wise, though, who knows? Because summer's hard, isn't it? Photography wise, we've already touched on this like a couple of weeks ago, but landscape photography it isn't as easy, because mainly it's so bloody early. You've got to get up, especially if you're a early morning shooter. Because I don't do sunsets. Do you guys do many? I mean, I know you do, Dave, a bit, but do many of you guys do sunsets?
No,
I've stopped now. Yeah.
Yeah. I struggle with sunsets. I can't remember the last time I did a sunset.
I've started kind of just ignoring sunrises and sunsets. I'm usually out for sunrise and sunsets, but when it comes to actually photographing colourful skies, I'm not such a fan of it. I tend to not bother.
Yeah. I mean, I was out this morning and it was a beautiful red sky. I was literally driving through the New Forest with this beautiful red sky, and I could have stopped, but I didn't. I went, no, I'm all right. That probably explains why my photography shit. But yeah, so there you go. All right, well, that's good. Thanks for that, sharing all of your summer plans. And we don't even need a break now, Daz, because you took one halfway through.
There you go. See?
So, what a result! What a result!
But nobody will know because of your seamless link.
Yeah, well, I might just leave it in, because I might just go unedited this one. I might just put it all out there and go, right, have it all, all. Yeah, have it all.
Raw and cut.
Don't do that.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to another topic, which I think I'm looking forward to this one, particularly because I know Jamie hates this sort of thing, and he's going to go first. Jamie, predictions for, because you don't like thinking about stuff like this, do you?
No, I don't.
Favorite music and all that crap.
No.
Right. So I think prediction. So a prediction for something that's going to happen in general in the world or in photography by the time we get back to start the podcast again in, let's say, late September. What do you think is going to happen? So Nostradamus Overland, Go for it.
Really? Well, yeah, you're right. It's one of these questions that as soon as you put it in there, I thought, oh no, I'm not going to answer that. It's just a load of rubbish, isn't it? How do I predict the future? What do you think? I've got a crystal ball. I'm never going to know what's going on. I would predict that we're likely to get a wet summer weather-wise. Normally, if it's March, goes out like a lamb, which is done, normally speaking, that could be, that we're going to get a wet May potentially. So I think we'll have a wet summer weather-wise. Not exciting, not hot and dry, anything like that. There'll be a few hot days, but generally speaking, over the trend, I think it'll be westerlies coming in, lots of rain. So yeah, there you go. That's my prediction for the weather.
The temptation to edit in a little weather map behind you is just overwhelming me right now.
Willis Overland. Yeah,
yeah. So that's your outrageous prediction for the.
That's it.
It's going to be wet.
It's going to be wet. It's going to be wet and windy. Yeah, wet and windy in the summer. That's
any news events that
I've got
predicting?
No news of it. I think not a prediction. It's a hope that my pension survives the next 6 months.
Sure, it's just gone, isn't it?
Well, it's a long game, isn't it? Pensions, the investments, they're a long game. So we survived COVID, and it's still returning positively. So I'm hopeful that it survives the tariff wars.
Depends how much you spend on those adult services in Mauritius.
You what, Dave? Your portfolio's taken a hammering.
Yeah.
I bet
it's
it has.
Absolutely tanked in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So is mine. Mine's been awful.
I'm sticking it out though. I'm not going to flinch because it is long term. And you look at. I had a load of property in the late 80s, and there was loads of people when they invented negative equity, and I just rode it out, and it all came back up within 4 or 5 years, and I still made profit. So you have to look at it.
You do. But then again, we haven't had a narcissist like Trump running the world, have we? To be fair,
yeah. Before. But on the plus side, he's got a limited term, and he can't stand again. So we'll see the back of him, and that'll be him done.
But to keep it politics free on the podcast.
Absolutely, yeah. So now that my prediction is the weather, and my hope is that my pension stays safe and solid. Dave, they're going. That's it. So moving on.
Okay, thanks for that, Jamie. Thanks for that groundbreaking, shattering prediction. Sam, what do you predict?
Well, trying to keep it politics free, which is difficult at the moment, but I don't know. I don't have any predictions. I reckon in the next series of the Pubcast, Jamie is going to have a regular weather reporting section, which I think would actually work really well. Yeah. And maybe we could also have a viewer's photograph of a weather watcher photograph at the start of it as well.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But no, other than that, predictions. I've probably got a few political predictions, but I'm not going to voice those on here. But what I will be quite interested to see is how I suspect from a photography point of view, I suspect that the prices of gear are going to be affected quite a bit over the next 6 months, I'd imagine. Certainly in certain areas of the world who are importing cameras from where cameras are made.
It's interested
to see how those...
It is,
because obviously China can now sell to Europe and UK much cheaper than it can sell to the US. So it might choose to sort of focus its attention on other markets, and it might be a better deal for us in the end.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. Interesting being the key word there. But I don't know. Other predictions? I don't really have any other predictions, to be fair.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go next because we need to spice up these predictions because they're very, let's be honest, they're a little bit safe, aren't they? So I'm going to predict that a royal's going to die.
Which one?
Right. Camilla.
Any reasoning behind this, or just think she'll go next?
I just think she's next in line. Yeah. Camilla might die,
technically she is next in line, isn't she?
Yes, she technically is next in line. Yeah. Or the other option is that Harry and Meghan will split up. That's my other option. And the final one is that I won't get to see Oasis because they would have split up before I actually get to see them on the 25th of July.
More likely to happen.
More likely,
yeah. So those are my predictions. So we'll come back. We'll do this little recording, and if it's wet in May, then Jamie will be happy. So we'll see where we go. So, Daz, what about you? What are your predictions for the summer?
I predict that I'll sell the house and live on a narrow boat. Or possibly buy a 24 megapixel camera with a couple of prime lenses just to shoot 2 photos over the summer.
In that case, I predict that you'll sell them to MPB.
I was going to say that.
2 weeks later.
And buy a telescope.
I predict he'll have bought them back before the start the next season.
Yeah. There you go.
You can't predict stuff for yourself. That's like me saying, I predict that at the end of this episode, I will go and get another 2 slices of pizza and eat them.
Right. Oh, okay. Right. So
it's not a prediction. That's just like something. You've got to be something that is, you don't have any control over.
I predict then Gary will still not do a real sport between now and September.
I'm playing cricket, real cricket, and I do walking football. And don't say that's not a real sport, because it is.
What, walking football?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a sport, is it?
It is a sport.
We don't see it in the Olympics.
When you're walking, is it like that mincing stuff they do in the Olympics?
No, you see, it should be, but we do jog.
What is that an action?
It's not walking football, then it's jogging football.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be. But if you did it by the letter of the law, it'd be crap and no one would do it.
So is it like he's saying there that you've got to have one part of both feet on the ground at the same time?
You're supposed to, yeah.
Oh God, that would look hilarious.
Yeah. But we don't. I certainly don't.
Do you know what I'd like? This is what I would like to see, right? You video yourself as well, doing walking football as fast as you can, but in a crop top.
Well, like a boob tube.
Pull it right up here.
A boob tube. Yeah. You want to see me in a boob tube?
I want to see you in that. Like
doing with luminous football.
It would be
luminous leggings.
David from the. What was the program from the?
Little Britain.
Little Britain. Yeah.
Is the walking football optional, or do I have to be doing the walking football? Because I'm happy to do it later on, just at home.
Just without the football.
Yeah, I could do VR maybe if my thing is better.
I want to see the VR.
Yeah,
I want to see that video. VR, to be honest,
I can't. when my arm's better, I'll show you the VR. I promise.
I want to see that.
I can only, but not in a crop top. Not in a crop top. Yeah. So. Yeah, you still haven't done a prediction, Daz. You still haven't done one.
I've done 3.
But they're just I predict that I'm going to go for a poo later. It's like,
I don't know. There's a volcano that's going to go off in East Shropshire.
Ooh, imagine that happens.
There we go.
Shropshire.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Stu.
Well, you kind of took it, but I was definitely going to predict Daz would make a loss on some gear at some point that he's already bought. That's pretty safe. I did have a political one, but I'll steer clear of that. Bit of a left field one. DJI to enter the camera market before the end of the year.
Yeah,
which
I can see that happening.
And if it's not the end of this year, it'll be in the next 18 months. But I think that'll make that'll set things going a bit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think if they do, I think it could be trouble for a lot of people.
Will they do something different with their camera, or will it just be a DJ?
Well, they already have Hasselblad, don't they? So
yeah,
they have all the kind of infrastructure there. I reckon they'll go into sort of full frame and something video centric. I mean, they've got that Pocket 3 has just been. I mean, you hardly see any YouTubers without these Pocket 3s now, and I think if they start doing that sort of clever design sort of stuff and apply it to full frame cameras and stuff, I think they'll
a foldable sensor.
I don't know. I don't even think it's so much that. I think it's. I mean, I've said for a long time that I think cameras need to be a lot more intuitive in the way that they work, and you should be able to pick up a camera, any camera, and be able to use it like you use your phone in terms of functionality. And I think they're more likely to design something that is intuitive than the other big camera brands. Because if we all have this stupid discussion with cameras about menus and stuff like that, and I prefer this menu, and it's an absolutely ridiculous situation to be in this day and age. That one of the factors, I mean, I'm going off on a tangent a bit here, but of buying a camera is what the bloody menu system looks like. Do you know what I mean? There's room for someone to come in and innovate and bring out a camera that is simplified properly.
Yeah, agree more.
Yeah. No,
do you know what someone said to me as well, or 2 or 3 people said to me when I got my stuff got nicked? They said, "Why don't cameras have more security features on them? Because your phone has got a passcode, for instance, or face recognition. Why can't a camera have that? Why can't they put that
just
into a
stops
camera?
It being operated.
There's definitely a market, isn't there, in that space where somebody wants to get into photography. They don't want to use the phone because they want to think that they're actually taking pictures properly, in terms of using the phone. But they also don't want to go down the whole route of, mirrorless or DSLR because it's in their mind it's too complex. The menus are too hard to learn. So it's just that pick up and use simplicity of a camera that will give them something additional to what a phone gives them.
Yeah. I mean, that new Canon camera that came out just the other day, actually, that's similar to like an old G7X, isn't it? There's room, I think, for like DJI or someone to come out with something like that, but of a higher quality. Do you know what I mean? That just strips it all back, and he's just, because most of these cameras are either, the hybrid video photo cameras now, aren't they? But like if someone, if they could produce something like that Pocket 3, which is just a video-centric, pure video camera, for example, I think they'd absolutely clean up on YouTube.
I think you're right. I think if they even if they put something like a 1-inch sensor in, or even a 4/3 sensor in a compact.
Pocket 3's already in a 1-inch sensor, isn't
right,
it?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
But I
mean,
mean,
if they went a bigger sensor,
that would clean up. Because the thing about it is that the photocentric, the jump from smartphone to camera is now, you're kind of, an awful lot of people go, well, I don't need a camera because I've got a smartphone, and they're never going to go buy a camera.
Yeah.
So, it's well known that compacts have been dead in the water for the last 5 years. But somebody that comes up with, if you think about it, things like the ZV-1, it was marketed as every vlogger must have one. And the market on the TikTokers and all these sort of people for something like that is a camera, but with a bigger sensor, better low light and all that sort of thing. I think you're absolutely right. I think they would clean up. But I think if they went head to head with Panasonic, Olympus, or even an APS-C, say a Fuji, I think, the X6 or whatever it is, that I don't think they'd compete in that market. I think the problem for them is they're so invested in the drones and the small portable video stuff that it would have to be a slightly bigger but still small portable video thing. But on that basis, I think they definitely would do well. And it's not a bad prediction whether it's this year, but they must be looking at it, because you can only sell so many drones. And the thing with the Pocket 3 is, well, where do you go from there? I mean, you bring out a Pocket 4, it's it's plateauing in terms of what they can do to make it a compelling upgrade.
I wonder what they've got in store for the Pocket 4. Maybe Maybe it will be a
bigger
redesign.
sensor, maybe a second lens on it.
Yeah, I
would have said.
Mm.
But how do you get better than that thing to be for what it does? It's
that's
fantastic,
the problem, because you
Yeah.
get to the point where you're then making something that's too big to be pocketable. So you start to lose that aspect of it. I mean, I wouldn't carry anything bigger than that for video work.
Yeah, good. That's a good point. So Stu, that's actually one that we might see. You know,
I mean, listen, it might not be the end of this year, but I think in the near future, anyway, I think they'll move into something.
Yeah.
You won't be laughing if there's a volcano going off in East Shropshire, will you?
No,
I was just looking on Google Maps around Telford and Shrewsbury to see if I've seen any large hills anywhere, but I can't. So
the Malverns, is that
Malverns
that direction?
Aren't that far.
Yeah. Imagine if Camilla does a visit to the Malverns. Just saying, it could happen. Dave, what's your prediction?
I haven't got anything.
Oh, come on, you must have something. Make something up. Just be ludicrous and make something up. Be spontaneous. It's the last day of the season.
The Welsh Government will finally get their act together and sort out another crossing over the Menai Strait.
Oh, come on, be serious, Dave. Come on, let's have something that's
yeah, they've been talking about it for 30 years. But no, that would be good if they manage that.
Okay.
Alternatively, we just blow the existing bridges and make it really difficult for the tiki-tockers to get here.
Just go across by the old gondola. Across to
just make them go back to what they used to do, wade across the mud flats.
Do you get a lot of tiki-tockers? Do you get a lot of tiki-tockers on Anglesey?
Oh, God, yeah. They crawl all over Llanddwyn. They're all up South Stack of a summer's evening. Yeah.
Doing the dances? Because that's all it is, isn't it? It's just TikToks.
Well, it's certainly Instagrammers. I mean, we've been there waiting for a sunset, and there's been a whole bunch of people around the big tower dicking around for hours on end and ruining everybody's shot, even though they can see everybody's there with their cameras.
But they've got their mobiles, and that's...
Yeah.
No. Instagrammers, go away. Got no time for you. And TikTokers, got no time for you.
Are they not the same thing? I thought they were relatively interchangeable.
Well, TikTok's quite... I mean, I don't do TikTok, but I thought TikTok's a bit like more sort of staged sort of crap. Like you get on TikTok, you get a lot of oh, what are you doing parking here? You can't park here. Why are you filming me parking here? Because you're my mum and I've asked you to do it to make out that you're a Karen, but actually you're not. You're just my mum. Or it's just lots of like staged thefts and dancing. There's always dancing.
Is it all like 9-year-olds then or something?
No, it's old people. Like people pretend to be police officers and stuff, and it's all staged. And it's like, it's very strange. I wish they'd just go back to the days where they made stuff with resin. I love those videos. Make something with resin. Go back to that, or restore an old axe. Why can't they do that anymore? I miss those days.
Did the repair shop go?
I do like the repair shop.
I thought you would. Yeah.
I do. I really like the repair shop. I like the guy who does the carpentry on that, the woodwork stuff. I think he's I like him. I like
is that
and the
is
watch
that a YouTube channel?
No, it's a TV show on BBC One.
channel.
Oh,
and I like the watch repair guy. Very clever, the watch repair guy. You know. Although I would just like someone to come in and go, instead of coming in and go, I brought this in. Why have you brought this in? Because my dad died tragically and it's the last thing he gave to me when he died. And it's the most amazing. Why could someone just come in and go, I want it repaired? Why do you want this repaired? Because I liked it and I want it repaired. Why does it have to be a sad story? Or my dad, because my great granddad was in the war.
Only you could find a moan about that.
But, don't knock it, girl, because one of your daughters could be on that show once and saying, "This is what my dad left me. It was a McDonald's Big Mac box. Can you please restore it?"
He was sinking in the quicksand. He was in the quicksand and he put his arm up for me to pull him out, and I just took his watch off it.
Let me die, but save the Big Mac.
Please.
Save the Big Mac. I just want you to put it back to its former glory. Yeah, no.
All
No, I
that was
do
in
like
the
the
mud
repair
was
shop.
a sinking VR headset.
Yeah. Save the boob tube. No, yeah, no, I do like the repair shop. Yeah, it's all right, actually. I do. I don't mind it at all. I tell you what I've watched recently. I know we're going off topic, but have you seen The Last One Laughing? Have you seen Last One Laughing?
No, my daughter said that.
Oh my
That
God,
thing on Amazon.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so good. It's like you got 10 comedians, because I love Bob Mortimer. I just think he's brilliant, and I love Richard Adewadi. He's brilliant as well. And
what's a wadi?
What's a wadi?
Yeah, that he had.
I know,
Sorry.
but that's a great joke. I mean, it's poor, but it's good. But what they do is they get put in this room, like 10 of them get put in this room for 6 hours, and they're not allowed to laugh. So they're all trying to make each other laugh, but they're not. If they laugh twice, they're out. And Jimmy Carr's like the host. Oh, it's Bob, but Bob Mortimer's, he's like just the god of comedy.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Yeah,
he's the god of comedy. Yeah. You watch him on like, I used to watch him on Vic and Bob's Big Night Out and all that sort of stuff. But you watch him now on say like Would I Lie to You? You watch. Have you seen? If you go on YouTube and look at the clips of him on Would I Lie to You? I mean, he's just comedy.
So quick-witted, isn't he?
Oh, he's just, and the stuff he makes up in his head, and you're like, how is he even thinking that? But that's really good. We watched that. We binged that the other day, and 6 episodes. Only like half an hour episodes, but yeah, that was really good. Really enjoyed that. Sorry,
we've just finished the 3rd season of Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah, my daughter's watching that.
I tell you what, the first couple of episodes, I was starting to cringe. I thought, really, this isn't for me, because I'm not a big football fan, so I thought I'm not going to be interested in it. But the football isn't really; it's just the sub story. It's just hilarious, and it's really. It's funny, but it's quite coarse as well. There's a lot of swearing and stuff in there, but it's just hilarious. The whole all the way through.
It's a bit far fetched with West Ham at the top of the Prem.
Yeah, that's true. That's
just totally ridiculous and unbelievable.
I'm not watching it if that's the case.
We started to
realistic.
Watch Slow Horses on your recommendation.
Oh
yeah.
Right, so we watched 2 episodes of Slow Horses. So we watched one on one night, one the second night, and then as a filler, I said, let's not watch another one tonight. Let's put on. I said, we'll just put this on in the background, which was Ted Lasso. I said, we're just going to put this on. I said, while we have dinner. I said, it probably won't be for us, but Anyway, we started watching it, and then the following night, I said to Els, what do you want to watch? She went, she watched just another one of them Ted Lassos, and we watched the whole 3 seasons back to back.
Did it? Yeah.
And we said, I think we're on about episode 3 of Slow Horses because Ted Lasso just kind of took over.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I've heard they are commissioning a 4th season.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah.
Well, I'll give that a go, definitely. But I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of time at the moment because I'm watching Married at First Sight Australia. It's genius.
We used to watch that.
Oh my God!
I can't believe you 2 have admitted that.
No, I promise you, right? I promise you.
Honestly, it is quite funny.
It's genius television. There is a woman on this season, and I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for Stu. But there is a woman on this season, and she's an absolute fruitcake. She's a nutter. She's totally like 1 minute she's like just in love, and the next minute, honestly, it's great TV. It is really good TV. I promise you. You think it's like, it's just for just sort of. I nearly said they're just for girls, just for women. Sorry, that's very, very misogynistic of me. But you think it's one of those that like it's that time. But there's so many layers to it. There's layers. There's layers of complexity in it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant television.
The only thing I think with that sort of program now is it does feel a bit exploitative. Like you can tell that they just got like that person you're on about is probably like bipolar or something.
She's got issues, man. Yeah,
they get like 5 or 6 of them, and they just stick them in a room.
But that's the best telly, right? That's the best telly.
I know it's funny to watch.
Yeah, if you just get really emotionally vulnerable people and exploit them on telly,
pretty much.
Nothing better to watch. It's like watching this. Really, it's only the same. It's only the same as watching the podcast. It's fine.
Yeah, but you set yourself up for it.
I know I'm emotionally vulnerable. Do you know what else I've noticed? My light's gone out. I'm very disappointed in the longevity. That was newer, I think. Newer. Send me another one.
I thought newer were really high quality lights. So.
Apparently so. I got my
one I got.
I got my tripod.
Oh, you got it?
My tripod. Yeah, I got my tripod.
From
From Photo Pro. Yeah, I got my tripod. Yeah. They sent it to me. Yeah. So thank you very much. And I used it today.
Around for then.
Yeah, I used it today, and it's all right. It's compact. I'm not selling it on here, by the way, but it's compact.
Is this a review to come out this time next year or something?
Probably.
Knowing you,
probably. Although I've got another one. I've got to do a 5. Look at this, man. Seriously, right? The guy about this, he's messaging me every day. Right, it's a Phyotech, right?
Are you sure it's Phyotech this time, Gary?
Yeah, definitely. I've got it right this time, right? Check this out, right? Check this out, okay? Right? I'm sorry, Phyotech and the guy at Mad Space or wherever you are, right? Who in their right mind, is going to take that out for a phone? Who's going to go out and go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to film with my phone today. Let me take this massive thing out with me.
Is that not for a normal camera then? It's for a phone?
Yeah, it's right. So it's for a normal cam. It's for a mirrorless camera,
right,
and an action cam and a phone, right? But when they sent it to me, right, they only sent me the
for your phone.
For my phone, right?
Well,
so I said,
useless, isn't it?
I said, there's some bits missing. I said, I need the, can you send me the other bits? And they went, no, we just want you to review it for the phone. Who's going to go, oh, do you know, I'm traveling light today. Let me take this massive thing out with me. Nobody. Nobody's going to do that, are they? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I tell you what, I must calibrate it all first. No one's going to do that, are they? They're going to pick up the phone in their hand and go, just do it.
But I take it they didn't say that to you when they initially approached you.
No, they just said it's a Scorp 2 something or whatever. Anyway, so I'm reluctant to do. To do a review on it, and I know I've got to do a review on it.
Why don't you do an honest review and just say, wouldn't that be so refreshing if someone just, look at this piece of shit that someone has sent me.
I don't think. I mean, I tell you what, you could if they put a gun attachment on it. It's a cool little,
No, I'll tell you what,
streets of London,
Gal, with Norman's wisdom,
you can use it with your VR.
Being honest. This is what you should do. You should be doing real reviews. That could be the name of your new channel. Real reviews.
That'd work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Look at this piece of shit I've been sent.
You'd get a whole
but seriously, though, who is going to take? Very good, Sam. Who is going to go out with a phone on a day out and take that with them? Nobody, are they? No one's going to do that.
You can get phone-specific gimbals that are much smaller.
Which are tiny.
That's the thing. You're never going to use that with a phone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, anyway, yeah, so they've sent me that and they want me to review it. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, that's... I'll do that at some point. But the tripod's good. It's not as tall as I
Can I add a prediction in?
Oh, yeah.
Gary will never be sent any more free shit to review.
Not from Phyotech, anyway.
Because this will get out. They'll see this, I tell you.
Well, okay, fine. But if you are watching, then send me the other stuff for it and I'll review it. Because I tell you what, I mean, I'll review it anyway. But if I were using that with a mirrorless, with the OM5, it's a great bit of kit, right? If you're doing a professional style shoot with the OM5, that's going to be brilliant. But with a phone, it's just a waste of time. It's like I've got this new phrase which I've used several times. It's like using a crane to lift a carrier bag.
Yeah.
That's my new phrase.
I can't believe though. Most of those gimbals come with a universal plate clip.
No, that's got three separate attachments. It's also got a counterweight and a light apparently. And I was like, and they're like, no, that's it. That's all you get. I mean, the one thing that's supposedly very good about it, I haven't tested it out yet, but apparently it does AI tracking without software. So it's got something built into it where you go like, and it will follow you around the room and what have you. But and then, when do people do that? When does that ever look good anyway on a video? When's it ever look good when something's panned following you? It always goes like jerky or misses you or something. When's it ever look good? Never. While we're on the subject of that, I've got another moan as well, right? If you're making a video, right, and you got audio, listen to the audio when you're editing it through your headphones, because there's so many people out there who only have the audio through one channel. And when I'm listening to audio and it comes through one channel, I switch off. So just go on to DaVinci or whatever, just do stereo and put both the same channel through both. It's really easy. It's an easy thing to do, but it ruins the video.
Went over.
We've had Watch of the Week and Whinge of the Week, and you've not even announced either.
We haven't even planned it.
Do you know what? Have we only mentioned we've been talking now for an hour and a half. We've only done 2 topics, haven't we?
Yeah,
we've done very little photography.
Yeah,
that'll get moaned at as well. I don't care. It's the last one. You can all off, as far as I'm concerned. I tell you what else we got as well, right? Which I think is brilliant, right? I've got to find it now. You have to give me a second. But people obviously watch old episodes, don't they? When we're not, when we're not, when we're not, like years ago. We had one, right? A recent one. Hang on, Photography Pubcast. Switch account. Bear with me here. It's worth it. It's worth the wait. It's worth the dead air time.
Is this a whinge?
No, it's not really a whinge, right?
But there's two ways of looking at it. Either we're evergreen or we're just not very topical, so it's still watchable.
Someone posted, right, said, saw the TV version with very young Peter Cushing was the protagonist.
Who? What?
Exactly. This is I think this is episode 1 of this season, right? Thank you very much.
This year's season.
Yeah. Genuinely thank you, Joseph S7U7T, for posting that. But I don't remember what I did yesterday. I don't remember talking about Peter Cushing or TV where he was a protagonist in anything. I don't remember it.
Anything that he was in on TV?
No. So, was he Dracula? Was he Dracula, Peter Cushing?
I don't know who this guy is.
I thought he was Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Van Helsing.
And he was in Star Wars.
Christopher Lee was Dracula.
Yeah. So if you're watching an old episode of a podcast, which is totally irrelevant because this is a new episode of a podcast, but let's start it from now, right? Any podcast you watch subsequent to this or prior to this, just put regarding your comment about so-and-so, because otherwise we ain't got a clue what's going on. We ain't got a clue.
It's not that memorable.
We don't know what we did yesterday. I mean, I can't, you tell me, what did we talk about last time?
Yeah, but it was topical for him. He just watched it. He was in the zone. He was there at the time, so he was just reacting quite.
I know, but I appreciate that. And
I noticed we've been getting comments from somebody. I can't remember who, but he puts about 5 or 6 comments in, like he's doing it in real time, as if we're live streaming.
Is it roaming? Is it Rome? What's his name?
I don't know, but I noticed it was the same person, and his comments were kind of dropping in to the sequence, but each was referencing a different part, as if it's good point, comment, which is great. Thank you very much. But it's not a live stream.
Well, I think a lot of people do that. I've noticed that actually, because a lot of people will kind of pause it and comment on the bit that they've watched, and then they'll kind of carry on and then perhaps comment again. Actually,
I suppose
an hour and a half.
But you should take some notes and then compose something more thoughtful after the event.
Come on, people. Take notes when you're watching us. Be serious. Yeah.
So when we come back for season 6, we want everybody watching with a notepad and pen.
Yeah. So there'll be a test at
the end of the following season. Yeah.
And if you're watching an old episode, just go regarding the comment you made at.
Yeah, but they won't be watching this, will they? If they're watching the old episode.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying from now on, regarding the old episode, comment from 1 hour and 3 minutes and 25 seconds where you mentioned about this, and maybe do a little synopsis of what we talked about, blah 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 blah, and then we can all go, yes, I remember that. Thank you, Peter 74321. Really appreciate that. So yeah, yeah. But on that note, I know we're not finishing.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah, remember that old 3, 2, 1.
Could you have to do it the right way. You've got to start that way.
3, 2,
yeah,
1.
Yeah, because if you start the other way, not so good.
No, probably not. I'll get you.
I know we're not finishing just yet, although we're getting close. 1 hour 28. Crap, but we have appreciated everyone's comments. I don't want us to.
You just slated everybody off. Then don't backtrack now.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying that it would just be useful if the person commenting let us know what they were commenting about.
They're switching off in droves.
I don't ever remember talking about Peter Cushing or anything relating to Peter Cushing. So I was at a loss.
A pincushion?
Could have been a pincushion. Could have been. Yeah. Do you remember talking about pincushion?
No.
So
pincushion distortion.
Yeah, it was probably a really deep and meaningful lens comparison discussion.
Yeah. Well, then he's obviously hasn't watched us.
MTF charts.
Yeah. Well, he clearly hasn't watched us though. If it's a deep and meaningful lens discussion, is it? Because we're not.
AI. I sometimes get AI comments on my videos. I had someone.
Do you?
Yeah, I assume that's what it is. I had someone comment something on one of my videos recently about, oh yeah, and I always feed for birds with such and such and such and such. And it was like, I don't know, photographing woodlands or something. It had nothing to do with feeding birds. So I just assume it's like an AI bot or something just going onto videos and leaving comments. Maybe it's interesting.
I've got the fattest pigeons in Cambridgeshire with all my grass seed. That's why that grass won't grow, mate, honestly. They're out there every day. I watch them on the camera and I can't do nothing about it.
Pigeon porn.
Never mind.
You've still got your tit boxes.
I'm sorry?
Your tit boxes. Boxes for tits.
Yes,
still
got them. And I had a family in there.
That sounds fun.
But the trouble is, the little camera needs resetting, and that was in the box.
Fell down, hit one of them on the head, killed him dead.
I thought, I can't.
Electrocuted him.
So yeah, we had a family in there last year.
Set their nest on fire.
Good job.
Yeah,
let's kill that one. Let's kill that. Thanks. Excellent.
Well done, Gal.
Well done. I didn't do it.
You did.
I didn't. Maybe I did. Okay, so where do we go from here? Do we want to do another topic? We can do another topic if you want to do another topic. How about talking about burnout? Has anyone burnt out?
I'm burnt out.
That's timely. Yeah.
Burnt out with this.
Yeah. I think.
Should we say goodbye?
I think so. I think. No, wait. Hang on a minute. Let's not get too thingy. We need to be a bit gushing about, and be appreciative, because we do, for everyone who's watched this season, and it has been a good season. We've had a good time. It's been a bit on and off, a bit more than normal, but we have got through 60. Normally, most seasons we do 16 episodes, and we've got through 15 this time, so we're one short. But we've done all right, and it's been a good season. It's been nice to have on the guests we've had on, most of them. It's been good. It's been nice. Who was your favourite guest this year?
Simon Erdley.
Courtney.
Simon, Courtney,
I miss Courtney, But Simon Erdley, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he's just such a nice guy, and I'm looking forward to meeting him next weekend, actually. So
he was.
I would
good
say
fun.
Adam Gibbs.
Well, Adam will be back next year, hopefully. Hopefully he's enjoyed it enough to come back next year. I enjoyed having Courtney on. I think we should have Courtney on again.
Yeah.
And Simon, to be honest with you. Yeah. And obviously all the others who are also great. But no, I enjoyed having Courtney on, and maybe next year we'll look at having some other guests on. You know, maybe, yeah. So if you can think of anyone, names keep cropping up. We're not having them on, so you know who we're talking about. Don't ask. Who
are they talking about?
Don't ask for them.
Go on,
we're not having them.
Ask. Go on, tell me.
We're not having them on.
Oh,
sorry, I'm not going to mention names, but we're not having them on.
Tell me after.
So you can mention them as much as you want, but they're not coming on.
Who's that?
But give us some names. If there's someone you want to come on, you think they would be good on here, then for a chat, then stick them in the comments below. But we're not having them on.
Who are we talking about?
You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Exactly.
I'd love to know who's on.
Yeah, we're not having them on. But anyone else?
But also got 6 months to come up with some topics for us as well, because we are struggling with topics, aren't we?
Because we are regurgitating topics a bit, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
And that's only natural. That's only natural because there's only so much you can talk about really with photography, and you do kind of go round and round. So and then if you don't talk about photography, people get a bit like, why aren't you talking about photography? So if you've got any topics for us, people, please stick them in the comments now, and we'll put them away in the memory bank, and we'll use them. But
let's do that.
Yeah, and we might do a couple over the summer, right? We might get together and do a couple
every now and again. We do a one-off special. Yeah.
And actually, I would say as well, because you mentioned it earlier, Daz, or was it you, Jamie? I can't remember. It might be you, Jamie. We're not getting enough love, so we want more love. So everyone watching, please put in the comments, we love you.
That earlier?
Someone said that the comments said we weren't here. It was you, Jamie. You said normally if we're missing for a couple of weeks,
no, I didn't say.
We get where are you? And no one cares. True. No one cares about us. So if you want us to come back next year, you need to be putting in there, we want you to come back next year. Otherwise, we just won't bother.
I've got a top tip for viewers as well. Watch it on 1.75 times, because then these outros are over quite quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a top tip as well.
When I'm not on and I watch it at 1.75, and it's like you're getting on with it.
Watch it at half speed as well, because then it sounds like everyone's drunk. It's hilarious.
Can you imagine 3 hours of this?
Oh God,
you only have to watch a bit of it. Just watch torture. A bit. Just watch my bits at half speed. You don't have to worry about everyone else. But it sounds, if you watch it at half speed, it sounds like everyone's drunk. I don't know why I'm doing that for half speed. I don't think that's a universal thing for half speed. But Anyway, all right, should we go?
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah. I don't want to go. I miss everyone.
I'm going to play golf.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Stu, play golf.
I was just looking for an excuse to get away.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do some virtual swimming.
It's still light outside, so
right.
I'm going to lie on the settee and do 1,500 meters of swimming.
Go play some VR darts.
That's not a bad idea. I honestly, you knock it, but you should try it. I'm telling you, you'd love it. You'd love it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching over the last sort of 15 episodes, and we'll all be back in whenever it is, September, October. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.